Michael Jeffrey Jordan. I mean, what more is there really to say? We all know who he is, and he was nice in college too. So it got me thinking, what would happen if I resimulated his college career? In College Hoops 2K8 Legacy Mode, Michael Jordan is already in the game on the 1982 national title team, so all I had to do was add him to this year's roster. He's also already a freshman, makes it a lot easier. One thing I'm noticing here, he does not have a jump shot. Because of the bigs that are going to be on this North Carolina team, I want to recruit some bigs, but Jordan not having a jump shot, I might need to recruit some shooting as well. And I will definitely need to make sure I train his shooting. Gonna do skills and shooting this year, but shooting the rest of the years. But regardless of how much his jump shot improves or who I can put around him, we will be running this system. May make some adjustments because Roy did do that from time to time. But at the end of the day, we'll see if Roy Williams can stop Michael Jordan the same way Dean Smith did. Solid debut with 15-5. Next was supposed to be a great matchup against Steph Curry, but evidently he got hurt really early into the season, so we missed that matchup, but Jordan still puts up 23-6. And here we have Michael Jordan doing Michael Jordan things, really doing what you would expect. Really similar situation to what he had in real life, joining a really good team. In his ACC debut, he would lead the team to a 15-7 record, also 2 steals, and they really needed it as they squeaked by Clemson on the road. We are now up to our first big game of the sim against NC State because it's a rivalry, and up to this point Michael Jordan is averaging 17-6 along with 2 steals a game. That's good for 3rd in scoring in the ACC. And not a lot from MJ here. He put up 5 shots, only making 1 of them for 2 points. This is really the Danny Green show for whatever reason. And as we continue to roll in ACC play, Michael Jordan has a career game of 42 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists, and 3 steals. And this would lead us to the first matchup against Duke in the sim. This would be, no surprise, for the number 1 spot in the ACC. Michael Jordan really did his thing in this game. He played well. Here are some highlights. But it was Dwayne Ellington's show as UNC comes away with the win. Tar Heels would continue to roll as we would also get another big win over in-state rival NC State. And he may not be putting up Michael Jordan numbers you would expect, but look at this, he's just balling out. This is beautiful. Now that was definitely Michael Jordan, like 4 guys in the paint, couldn't stop him. Is he that good, or is the Wolfpack just that bad? Mike smoking on that Wolf Pack. Mike has overtaken Tyler Hansborough in leading scoring for the team as we go into our second matchup against Duke. And yes, this will be pretty much the determining game for the regular season ACC champion. And just take a look at this. MJ's game is so pretty, but not pretty enough because the score is pretty ugly. End up getting blown out in Cameron. And the losses roll as we lose in the first round of the ACC tournament. We still are a 1 seed with a pretty favorable bracket here. We would make it to the Final Four here. Pretty interesting. We got a 16 seed, make it all the way to the Final Four. That's bananas. In his Final Four debut, MJ would tally 10 points for the Tar Heels here. He clearly did not play his best game here. Only thing he was able to tally on the score sheet was 8 points, 3 for 6 from the field, 2 free throw attempts, 19 minutes. MJ would get a lot of love from the awards committee, however. Man, we really need to fix this jump shot here. Roster is solid, bringing back all these guys. They ended up winning the championship in real life. No Ed Davis or Tyler Zeller, but we did add a good freshman big man. To start his sophomore campaign, Michael Jordan and the Carolina Tar Heels pretty much pick up where they left off, really just utterly dominating opponents again. This is the roster that pretty much corresponds to the year that they won the national championship in real life. So that is going to be the expectation for this season. They're looking really good. I do think they'll be able to get it done in this sim. Heading into the matchup with NC State, Michael Jordan and Tyler Hansborough both averaging 20 plus points a game to be number 1 and number 2 in the ACC. Big time hammer there by the GOAT MJ. Really sets the tone for this game for him and his team. He would continue to pour in buckets. Really probably the best game we've seen him have in the sim that we actually got game footage for. He would finish the game with 25-5 as the Tar Heels continue to roll in ACC play, where we will meet the Duke Blue Devils in another pivotal matchup. And in this matchup, Michael Jordan and the North Carolina Tar Heels would win once again. Michael Jordan, pretty good stat sheet here with 19 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, 6 steals. In Cameron, really good game for him. This kind of stuff we expect to see when you're playing with Michael Jordan. And the team would finish strong, going on to be the ACC regular season champions, posting a record of 14-2 in conference play. So that's another banner for Michael and this team. In his sophomore year, Michael Jordan would have his team play much better in the ACC tournament, making it all the way to the championship game where they would play Duke. And he had himself a game. He went on to be the ACC tournament MVP in my books, and just wow. 8 of 13 from the field, 50% from the three-point line, 4 assists, 2 steals. These are just the type of performances you expect from a player like this. Once again, we are a 1 seed, and we would match up with the St. Francis Terriers in the first round of the tournament. Second round didn't go so good. Lost to Texas. Kind of stings. MJ would get a first team All ACC selection. We really need to get that shooting up. This year corresponds with the year NC didn't make the NCAA tournament. I would consider it an achievement if Michael Jordan was able to carry this team to a tournament, and we are going to have some good teams scheduled here in out of conference play, so I'm not going to cheese it. It's not going to be a cakewalk, but I think that would be like a really kind of a boost. It's not something I'm going to give him a legacy score points for, but it's like, dang, he was able to take that team there. It would mean something. Just doing sims with these kinds of players, these are the kinds of things you would expect them to be able to do. And up to this point in the sim, he's really done it. He's been the top guy on the team. He's led the team, just has done things you expect. I mean, the way he's putting on here against Duke, same way he's been putting on all season long. And the Tar Heels come out with the win against Duke. Very pivotal here, as you can see, is now we have a 3-way tie for first in the ACC. We would finish the regular season ranked 25th in the AP poll, as well as 3rd in ACC play. We're not on the bubble here, even though they do have us projected as an 8 seed. You can also check our RPI. Really good wins here, 3-2 against top 25, 10-4 in road and neutral games, as well as 7-4 against the RPI top 50. Pretty strong resume. Michael Jordan was able to carry this team to an NCAA tournament bid pretty much, and I think that's a feather in the cap. Not going to give him legacy score points for it, but I did want to point it out and also let you know we did not cheese it. I did want to move Mike to the point to close out the season just to see how things would go, and suffice to say I did not like how they went, so we will be changing him back to his real position to close out the sim. Big time matchup here, the first round of the NCAA tournament, North Carolina taking on Kentucky. They would lose this game to close out Jordan's junior year campaign. Jordan would only get a first team All ACC selection. These are the rotations for the senior year of one Michael Jeffrey Jordan, and as you can see, there is some talent here, but not an overwhelming amount of talent here. There's a couple of different ways we could go with this sim for his senior year. We could really cheese it, try to see how great of stats we can get for Michael Jordan. We could stat pad, maybe try to add to that legacy score for him. But the other thing we could also do is say, hey, this is a team here that's got some talent, some good pieces, and that we do. There is some talent, there are some good pieces. How well they fit, not really sure, but I can try to make them fit the best possible. And because this is North Carolina, I did decide to do the latter and see how well we can get those pieces to fit. Again, remember what we said at the beginning. Dean Smith was the only man who could stop Michael Jordan. Now, we're pretty much playing as Roy Williams in this sim. He's actually from the school of Dean Smith. Roy actually took the job because of his affiliation, not just with the University of North Carolina, but his relationship with Dean Smith. So we're going to go all in on this. I'm going to tell Michael Jordan, same way Dean Smith and Phil Jackson did, hey, you're going to have to take a step back in order for this team to be as successful as it possibly can. You're going to have to let other guys take shots and run the team, and maybe we will have a chance to win a national championship. And Michael Jordan, being the ultimate competitor that he is, he ultimately would agree. See, that's one thing a lot of people don't remember about Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan, he probably, if he went somewhere besides North Carolina, he could have probably put up a bunch of gaudy numbers and essentially stat padded, but he went to North Carolina and he learned how to play basketball from one of the greats. And whenever you learn from one of the greats, that's just what they teach you. They instill winning and how to carry forth a positive culture on the basketball court, not stat padding, not ball hogging. So the same way Michael goes along with this in real life, he's going to go along with it in our sim as well. And the results, for the most part, I'd say they're pretty positive. We have been very, very good up to date in this sim. I've been doing this for a couple days, but he's been really good in this sim. He's taken a step back in point production, and you're going to be able to see that at the end of this year. But the team is winning. Winning at a high clip too, actually. We have a chance to be competitive on the national stage. We ended up placing 5th in a very, very competitive ACC. No shame there, but that's one banner we're not going to have. We also did not win the conference tournament championship, another banner in legacy points ultimately that Michael Jordan is not going to be able to have. We would advance to the NCAA tournament, where again we're not able to add any legacy points as we don't make it to the second weekend of the tournament, and essentially that's what you have to do to add legacy points in a meaningful way. Michael would take a massive step back in terms of his stats, but I felt like we maxed out the team. Maybe with a bit more luck, could have made a deeper run in the tournament. Here are the career stats we were able to accumulate for Michael Jordan, as well as his achievements throughout this sim. I will say I do feel like he kind of got hoed because, his lack of a jump shot just kind of really, at least with me doing the sim, it kind of hurt my ability, I feel, to max him out, to max out his potential and have the team achieve. But I really think they hold him. Kind of makes me want to do this over, but edit his, jump shot. Maybe not make his 3-point mid-range that good, but increase his shoot off the dribble. His free throws were terrible. 67% career free throw percentage. That's terrible. But in the comments, you guys, let me know if you liked this type of video. I really do look forward to doing some more videos like this. Tell me what you think I did good. Tell me what you think I did wrong, both in terms of how I played the game and also how I edited the video. Look forward to hearing from you guys. As always, peace, one love.